I look a mess. What's new? Anyway, excuse me, because I just woke up and I decided I'm bored. Let's make a YouTube video. So, anyway, I'm out of ideas and I don't want to be basic, yet I'm doing a basic thing. So, story time. So, I've been working in fast food recently. I work at Chick-fil-A. I work in a mall location. So, we get some people. So, my thing today is I'm going to be doing crazy customer stories. So, my first one is when I dealt with a Karen, or just a plain. So, we're gonna start with her. So she put in a mobile order, because we do mobile orders, pickups, all that stuff. She put in a pickup mobile order. She's gonna pick it up at the mall. And it was a pretty big order too. And I was new. And we have a system where it shows pickup orders specifically so we can get it made. I didn't know about that. So I checked both the screens and I checked what I thought was the deferred orders. And she was upset when I said, I don't see it, but I can get a manager to check it out since I'm new. And she's like, oh God, it was horrible. So she ended up being like, even though I said I was gonna try to see if I could help her even more, her exact words was, excuse my language, but get me my fucking food because I paid for it. And it was just like, it's not my fault. I'm like trying to help you and you're automatically just gonna be like. So, me being me, I wanted to punch her in the face, but I ended up just going to get one of my managers and saying like, hey, yeah, she needs help. I don't know about this. She said she has a pickup order. And then it ended up, I'm going to another area. And I was just telling my friend about what was going on, one of my coworkers. And she said, okay, my manager was on this, so I could still hear the conversation. My manager said, yeah, we do have the order. We're going to put it in so it's all cooked fresh. And she's like, okay, can you make sure it's quick then? I look like, in my mind, I'm like, we're making the food right now. Our thing is supposed to be fast, and we can't hurry up cooking raw food unless you want it raw. So, but when she also said, you are in the system, she slapped her hand on the corner of the counter. She did this, basically on the side, and she looked at me over here and did that little head thing, that thing. Like I did something wrong just because I didn't see it. I even explained that it's probably in there, but I didn't know about it. Because I don't have like the access to it, or I didn't know what to do for it. So, and then she decided, she was explaining to my manager, she said, okay, you have your drinks on here. And she's like, yeah, but I want to order another drink. We're like, okay, you can do that. And she's like, yeah, but I don't think you're understanding. I want to order another drink right here, right now. So we should keep in mind that she has her like 12-year-old daughter right next to her. And that girl's probably either embarrassed or looking at her mom like, yeah, that's who I'm going to be when I grow up. So, she said, okay, she can get that for you. I'm just going to go make sure everyone knows to make the food. She said, okay, like I said, please hurry up. Okay, like I said, we're making the food right now. Even just talking about it makes me mad. I'm sorry. But I ended up making her Sprite. And she literally chugged that thing. She said, give me a refill. And I said, I'm sorry, ma'am, we're not doing refills yet. Now we are, but we weren't at the time. And she said, well, give me my damn refill. I just ordered this. You saw me order it, and you guys already fucked up. So give me a refill. And I just looked over and she said, just do it. So I like did the refill because I don't want to deal with this person anymore. So I got her refill. I gave it back to her. She gave it to her daughter and said, and as we gave her food, and I said, would you like any sauce, any napkins or anything? And she's like, yeah, give me this, and this. I'm like, okay. And then I gave her, she said, I need more. You see how much food I have? I need more. So I've been dealing with this person like for 10, 15 minutes already. And I was already done. And it was the end of the day too. She was our last customer. So I was kind of like, I just want to count my drawer and leave. But I did what she said. Because, I can't be myself around a customer because I don't want to get in trouble. So I did that. And she said her exact words. She mumbled it, but she made sure I could hear it. One of those things. She said, finally, you know how to not be fucking incompetent bitch. So that was nice. I was like, oh, thank you. Like, as she walked away. And I was mad for the rest of the night. So that was great. Yeah. So my second one is kind of like normal-ish because it doesn't happen quite often, but you can tell that some people like are kind of like, well, we have to ask you questions. It's our job, so you don't come up and complain that we got it wrong when you didn't specify. So for instance, if you're getting a sandwich, we were gonna ask you like, do you want cheese? Yes. What type of cheese? Because we have multiple types. They say they like go etc., whatever. And like we literally ask you questions so it doesn't get wrong. So same thing happened. They wanted a sandwich, and I was asking stuff like, do you want the sandwich or the meal? Because some people just say a number 4 and they mean just the entree, but we automatically think meal because it says entree or meal. So, and then they asked for fries. And and then I told them like, sure, what size? They just looked at me like, why are you asking me all this? So they looked at me like, and they're like, well, what sizes do you have? And I'm like, it shows right there, but okay. So I just say small, medium, large. And they say, how big are they? So we have little like extra sizes in a cupboard that shows like the different sizes or whatever. And so I show them, and they're like, okay, I want whatever that one is. So I tap that, and they're like, you got it, right? And I'm like, yeah. So I just said, and I sound really fake. Like, my voice changes 3 octaves, so we're not gonna talk about that. I just seem really peppy, but it's actually me being fake. Anyway, sorry. Oh my god, I just slapped myself. Okay, so just gonna ignore that. I asked them one last question because they're like, a drink, and then they said a fountain drink. We get the drinks for you. Since the mall, there's multiple restaurants, there's not gonna be just a big thing full of fountain drinks. Like, no. So I was like, okay, what drink would you like? And they say, this one. And I'm like, okay. And then I say, what size? Different prices for different sizes. I mean, like, we're not, like, McDonald's is the only one I know of that has, like, the same price for every size. I don't work at McDonald's, so you can't really, like... And then they ask me what each price for each size is. And then I tell them, and they're like, okay, wait, what was this one? and maybe may I just like once again do it. So, and they're like, okay, I want that one, which is a totally different one from what I just repeated, but okay. And I gave them that, and they're like, I thought it was bigger. And I'm like, well, I showed you what size the cup was, and I even told you it was a medium. So, and I was like, but you already paid for it, so I can't really do anything. But I just get them the bigger size because I'm not in the mood to deal with them at that point because I was already tired. And once again, it had to be the end of the day. So, and then I asked them a few more questions, and they slowly got annoyed with them because I was like, would you like any sauce? They're like, what sauces do you have? I'm like, if you're gonna ask me questions, I'm gonna ask you questions because I need to know this type of stuff. And then I just answered them and whatever, and then they started getting annoyed. And then like at the end, when I was like, can I have a name? That's when they went off. They looked at my name tag and said, why do you need to know my name? They said, why do you need to know my name? And I was like, we call out names rather than numbers. It's supposed to be easier or something. And they're like, okay, well, I don't want to give you my name. And I'm like, okay, then what do you want me to put down? She looked at me and said, just put your name down. And I'm like, I just look at them like, what? So I just put C, and then I go and tell them, because my name starts with C. So I just go and tell them that, like, hey, C is this person, just walk it out to them. And they're like, okay, whatever. And they ended up like making the food fast enough, so we just gave it to her at that point. And she's like, and then she paid, and she was like, she basically just kept like, it was so annoying because she kept saying stuff like, well, why do you need to know this? It doesn't really matter, or why, or something like that. And then she's like, and at the very end, when I gave her food, she said, why did you need to ask me so many questions? Like, what are you, the FBI? No, I'm just trying to do my job, but okay. And then just walked away after she said that. So, okay. So the last thing I'm gonna do is basic customers with attitude. So there's so many different types of customers. There's always the nice ones that'll say thank you a lot, the neutral ones, which just get it over with and just being polite but not really trying to interact, or there's the ones that like try to have a conversation, or sorry, my poster's about to fall. Okay. Or there's ones that are like, or there are ones that basically they're just common courtesy, I guess. And then there's other ones which are just neutral. They just get it over with their order, say thank you, and leave. Or there's the ones like I just explained, the ones I want to punch in the face. Anyway, so those customers, I'm just like, okay, whatever. And trust me, every coworker just wants to punch someone in the face sometimes. You know it. I'm open about it. So anyway, and I'm gonna go over the rude ones. There's different types of rude ones too. There's like the ones I said, the Karens, the ones that don't want you to ask them questions, the ones that get annoyed with you just because you're doing your job, and the worst ones, which are the ones that have attitude for no reason. I know that seems like really low and stuff, but like if I didn't do anything wrong, and I can see how like someone, when you're asking questions or if they're upset about it, why they can act a certain way. But if you're just being rude, like even if you're having a bad day, I'm just doing my job. If you're gonna be rude to me just because I'm trying to help you out, get you your food, trying to make your day better or whatever, interact with you, it's like, okay, like if they're mad that I'm trying to make conversation, because I kind of want it not to be. I feel like it's better because we have something called the core four, and I feel like one thing to do is try to interact with them, like ask them how your day going or whatever, and then like just because it makes someone's day if you, it just seems like a stranger cares. But you know, there's some people that are like, get out the my business. Well, but you know, there's some people that are just like, get out of my business. So, but anyway, those are some of my stories and the basic customers. So, thanks for watching. To my 5 viewers, thank you. And I'll probably see you guys in like 6 more months. I'll try to upload more, but I probably won't. So, don't hold it to me. Anyway, have a good day, be yourself, all that basic stuff, and bye. So, all right, bye. And see ya. That's my outro. Okay, bye.